And his opponent, nicknamed Leenock, one of the most absolutely adorable creatures on the known world, coming from Endor, it is Leenock! Quick correction, by the way. It's worth noting that Endor is a moon, not an actual planet.
Thanks, mate, for the update and the knowledge. These two players, Jeff, we've seen Naniwa. We know exactly how he likes to play this matchup. Are we expecting that to happen again? A gateway play, or at least a lot of that through this series, a lot of Void Rays to be shown. Well, actually, I want to pause for a second because I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
As an extractor's already been put down here by Leenock.
And he's not canceling it.
He's not going to cancel that, Jeff. He's going to throw down the spawning pool.
Leenock sat over there and watched Naniwa one gate expand over and over again. And when he didn't one gate expand,
He went Nexus first.
It was Nexus first. So this opening by Leenock is really intelligent and very forgiving for those of you that have children to put to sleep tonight and would like this to end fairly quick.
And especially when Leenock sees the Nexus been planted down. He tries to turn the Overlord back, but as you can see, the probe saw it. So, at least Naniwa, I guess you can say on the bright side.
You know why? Naniwa throws down a gate. Oh, okay. He's changing things up, is Naniwa. It's been this one gate expand. Well, not even that. It's been Nexus first with a gateway, skipping the Forge altogether. In which case, any kind of speedling all-in is going to absolutely destroy that. But here, with this Forge, now the danger for Naniwa is that one cannon's not going to stop, 16 speed Zerglings from getting in. He's going to have to SimCity this ramp the second he finds out. And the scary thing is, it doesn't have to be speedling.
He must already know this is going on. He's going to see the spawning pool. He sees it researching. He knows exactly what's going on. Naniwa has to react fast. He has to do something fast. Otherwise, Leenock's going to be able to draw this away and take this away. The Baneling Nest is down. The wall, the Great Wall of Naniwa needs to be constructed here. We already have a cannon and a gateway. Zerglings are on the way. This will be a Baneling bust. Did he spot the Baneling Nest, by the way?
He did not.
He did not. But
he saw him still mining with a quivering spawning pool.
So, Naniwa, is he going to be able to do this?
I don't know. Right now, he is in such a tough spot. This is just flat out a build order counter. And Naniwa's thinking, do I wall in? Do I worry about these Zerglings just simply running by? Because that's a real danger here. I mean, yes, he can just Baneling the cannon, I suppose, but he could also just run past it. Speed's about to finish, moments away.
This is going to be a fast game, one way or the other, but which way will this map point go to? Is it Naniwa or Leenock? 10 Zerglings are on the way, 5 Banelings already getting morphed. Naniwa's got this wall. It is 3 structures, quite thick, but on the right-hand side, it's very, very weak here.
I'd almost say I don't like that he's mining with 6 probes on the gas. Like, I feel like he needs more minerals here. That probe was in that Zerg base quite a bit longer. He saw no lair. He knows it's not a Nidus.
He's got that Zealot there, and he actually can build another structure
above
the cybernetic score here to make this a really thick wall. Is this going to work, though? The Zealot pokes down. Well, there's the wall, but this pylon on the right-hand side is going to get broken through.
That's a lot of speedlings, but for some reason they're attacking the Zealot. I'm not quite sure. I don't know why he's going for the Zealot there. Probes have been pulled. They want to box this in. He can't let them run up the ramp, but that's the danger. This cannon does not protect the ramp. I think Naniwa has been outmaneuvered. That's a lot of speedlings making their way into the main.
The Mothership core is on its way. He's going to mine from the natural, but the wall is still open. Units can still walk through.
Well, the Mothership core is interesting. That's a good point that you bring that up. I think he might, if Leenock just suicides against the Nexus, I think he should just pick it off. And Naniwa actually might not even, he's going to make his way over there. So he should lose this Nexus, but with the Mothership core, well, you know what's scary is that these Zerglings just then run to the natural and kill a bunch of probes there as well.
Yeah, there is one Baneling there as well. And he is going to start to lose a couple of these Zerglings. He is moving them around, as you can see, so he's trying to lose as few as possible. And a hatchery has started for Leenock. He is trying to move away from this. Naniwa has 15 probes versus 22.
Oh, that one Baneling.
That one Baneling is going to...
Let's go do some damage.
Naniwa sees it.
Can't actually kill any probes. Gets one.
Only on one, so... It's going to be a lot harder to kill these probes off, but the Zealot and Sentry coming to help. How many probes is he going to lose? 13, 12 to 24. Double here for Leenock. Just opened up with a build order blind counter. Naniwa is known for opening up very greedy, lots of gateway expands, and it's been simply punished in this game.
And this does so much for him in the best of 3 as well. I mean, he starts off with a fairly cheesy opening, but it's also very clearly a designed, hey, look, I know what you do, just like you just got done saying.
Yeah.
And now this is what I think is the hardest counter against it, and it's worked beautifully. He's doubling in Harvesters, like you said. I mean, if you look at tech, yes, he has the Cybernetics core, and he's just now started Warp Gate upgrade, but we're at minute 8, and he looks, you know, he's in the Stone Age for Protoss tech.
Yeah, we'll see how long Naniwa's going to stay in this game, because he's virtually dead at this point. 12 probes. He's sigh of relief from Naniwa, sigh of relief, sigh of pain and struggling, as he's 12 probes versus 36 drones. It's triple the economy. He's going to be able to just tech to whatever he wants, build whatever he wants. Naniwa has no options to be aggressive. He has no options to recover at this point. It would take a miracle for him to get back in this.
Yeah, it's actually, normally that's like a caster cliche to say that, but I actually think literally the building's going to have to open up at the roof. God's going to have to reach down, pick up Leenock, kind of take him away for a while, and never mind.
There's New York. We've got Leenock with a fast win here. Naniwa is up against it, but can he beat the odds now to win 2 games in a row? The second map here, Akelon Wastes.
Sean, with your beautiful British accent, take it away and introduce these players.
Oh, thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, of course.
I love doing this. I'm actually not too bad at doing these either.
Where do you rank yourself in the top casters?
I wouldn't rate myself that high.
Well, what I'm saying is in terms of introductions. I wouldn't put you up there either, but I mean in terms of introductions.
Well, with the introductions, I'm probably the same rank as you'd rate me as a caster too. So I'd say, you know, maybe 11th.
It's like Supernova Maniac, you.
That level.
And then
I enjoyed
probably Supernova Maniac again.
Okay. Down to the bottom right. The blue Zerg. This is why I'm 11. It's Leenock.
All right, you can do impressions. Do Artosis.
No, I cannot do Artosis. I don't want to be angry at everything, man. Like, up here to the top left is the red Protoss player playing for Team Alliance. It's Naniwa.
There they are.
Oh my god.
There they are.
There's still people here.
There's people out there.
There's people here.
How frickin' well framed is that picture right there of Naniwa with like a fur-lined jacket behind him? That's so King in the North. I love that. I wish he was more of a... There's a guy in Australia, what's that guy named? Iagaz or whatever. He actually carries a frickin' battle axe into the booth when he plays StarCraft 2.
Iagaz.
I wish Naniwa had that kind of strange socialization where he too carried pretend weaponry into the booth, but it would make more sense for him. Like he puts up a wolf pelt behind him or something.
Walks into the booth with like a head on an axe.
Yeah, I'm king on the north. King of the north. That's it.
You done?
Yep. Another gas follow-up coming out from Leenock. Seems like speed Zerglings are pretty good against Naniwa. And you know what? I mean, what do you think? Why gas this early? What? Leenock, he did a proxy hatch in his previous series. He's not afraid to do crazy stuff.
I think it's almost certain after what we just saw that Naniwa would most likely open up with a gateway expand. It's his preferred build. It's his style. So just taking a gas this early, I think he's only going to get Zergling speed, and then we'll pull out a gas. I don't think he has any other intentions. And the Zergling speed, obviously, great against gateway expands. Even though he did it without knowing this was going to happen, I think it makes sense. You
know, there was a chunk of time. So, I mean, from Wings of Liberty going into early StarCraft 2, it was absolutely the norm. I would say like 85% of the PvZ games were Nexus first, or perhaps Forge first, but then followed by a Nexus. That was the opening that you did. Then it became very, very popular. This build's always been around, but it became more popular to one-gate expand. And for a while there, the Zerg metagame response was this opening we're seeing right now, to get fairly fast speed, to counteract against any kind of early 3 or 4 gate, but then also to kind of at least give the option to be very, very scary against that Protoss opening and say, hey, if you're not scouting me, if you don't apply the appropriate pressure, or if you're just greedy, I will run you over with 30-some-odd speed Zerglings. So it's kind of a throwback here from Leenock so far.
Well, second, third gateway going down, immediately spotted there by Leenock as he pokes up that ramp and will retract himself for now as the Mothership Core is pushing these Zerglings back. So, Akelon Waste, a map that you know, can be played rather defensively for Naniwa if he wanted to. Play on the high ground. He's got double ramps where he can use to just kind of keep the Void Ray safe behind. But look at this, actually. We have 12 Zerglings being made. Do we see more than that?
Well, that would be a big tell. I don't think so.
Surely not.
No, there's the Overlord. And he actually loses an Overlord mid-map. So if there were going to be more Zerglings, certainly at this point in time, he probably says no. Really nice pickup for Naniwa there.
There's no units lost at all until that Zergling just died there.
I was can we just pretend an Overlord died then? No, probably that's just that's not good.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that.
Gonna have to recall out of here. Or maybe just let it die. No, recall it up.
Alright, so we have +1 attack now being researched. Double gateways down. Naniwa has decided to get this +1 attack. He hasn't decided to go for any tech structure. In the way that the Naniwa usually plays, if he's going to get this +1 attack, it's very obvious if he's trying to go for an attack, the moving out would be there. Zerg players at this caliber are going to have a roach throwing down, they're going to stop this. Does this not seem to you like it's going to be a fast third being taken once again?
Yeah, and it's going to be off the back of several sentries, a couple of zealots, maybe a stalker or two with this Mothership Core pushing out. I really like this tactic. I've been a bit surprised we haven't seen more of this at DreamHack Winter so far. This is just kind of a staple of Protoss play, I feel like, lately, but we've been seeing a lot of like 1 or 2 sentry fast Stargate play. This time around, though, with those 5 sentries open in the map like that, I feel like Naniwa's kind of broadcasting the move that you just predicted and are dead spot on right about.
Leenock doesn't really read into it properly. He's got a spine crawler being made. He thinks that Naniwa's trying to bring a probe out down south. And he is going to check. He'll cancel the spine crawler for sure here. So
he knows now.
He does know exactly what's going on. And if you're a Leenock in this position, do you just try to drone up quite heavily across all 3 bases, take all the gases, look for some kind of later gameplay, or do you start building units now? There's a lot of sentries there. It's force fields. By the time that the units get over there, there's going to be photon overcharge available.
You know what I like about this, at least the position that Naniwa's in, is because he did just go ahead and grab a bunch of Zerglings there, and because Leenock found this out when the Nexus is about 50%, I believe, maybe a little bit less. It's really hard to reactively attack into that unless you were already planning some kind of aggression, and I don't think Leenock was. He's getting +1 attack, but I think he's planning later aggression. I think this is going to be like perhaps a good old-fashioned Stefano max out on roaches, but now a little bit more powerful with those tunneling claws.
Well, the drone count's at 57. It's not super high. He's built a couple of units here, a couple of roaches, a couple of Zerglings. What is he going to do now? Is he going to extend past just that single drone that we see in the production tab? Is he actually going to start building a lot of units? His roach speed is near completion.
The Lings are weird there. He's got 600 minerals behind us. Yeah, there's the
and
4th
Burrow
hatch
as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw tunneling claws. It's something we have seen a lot from Leenock recently in his most recent tournament at Home Story Cup 8. And I think we're going to start to see a lot of units coming across here. And with no robotics facility, no immortals, it's only stalkers, sentries, and a couple of zealots here.
Love this Overseer. Leenock's picking up on everything, sees it, knows he's going to be facing Blink. Big question here, though, is it like the super all-in Blink where you do skip Robo, or is it more macro play? I tend to believe that Naniwa should throw down a Robo fairly soon here because he kind of likes to play that more safe 3-base, lock it down, anything is possible type style. JWP's the player I would more anticipate something like 9 or 10 gates, no detection, and just go for a Blink all-in.
Well, Leenock is just building so many units, and I'm really sure we're about to see more and more roaches. There's Tunneling Claws. He is going to go for this attack. He's opened up his supply to 190. He's just got nothing but units to be made with all this lava coming from this point. Is Naniwa going to be able to stop the flood of units? A hallucinating Phoenix sees no gases on the 3rd base. This is a big, clear indication to him that there is no tech coming from Leenock. There is no longevity in his play. Is this going to be able to be held on from Naniwa? He knows this is coming.
Naniwa knows, and he knows fairly early on. I think it's interesting that Leenock kind of lent the information towards Naniwa as well, going for that rock in the back door like that, well before Tunneling Claws. But I guess he doesn't completely rely on Tunneling Claws. I just feel like it's weird to upgrade that and then not use it, I guess. We're going to have that engagement now. Zerglings on the inside of those force fields. Naniwa seems to be getting a pretty good position, but a bunch of Zerglings swing over there, but those are some clutch force fields actually denying entry. And Naniwa does hold on. However, keep in mind, he doesn't have a ton of sentries. He started off with 5. He's cast quite a few force fields there. He still has the 5 sentries. That's really nicely played.
He's down 30 supply. Does have 1-1 upgrades over just 1-0 at the current point, but there are more and more units coming. Naniwa sees this, and he's going to retreat up there. He's warped in 5 more sentries. Where are the force fields going to come in here? Remember, tunnel close is done. They can go underneath this. Is Naniwa going to be held to hold on, or is Leenock going to take a 2-0 here? Blink is now done finally. Is he going to be able to do it here in control?
He's got a lot of Blink Stalkers, even blinking forward. He feels confident. He traps a bunch of those roaches. He's going to chew through a lot of those units, and there is that burrow so they can kind of evade here. But Naniwa's got to be careful, because I got to tell you, that's a pretty good concave of those staunch roaches. I really do feel like Naniwa has the better army here right now, but he can't lose too much. Zerg's totally fine trading. Protoss is the race that needs to retain its units. That's what Blink, that's what Force Fields, that's what Shields are supposed to do.
He holds on for now. No more drones have started until this point. Naniwa has survived against the initial few waves of Leenock. +2 attack, it's on its way. No probes are being made here. Even though he's at 69, 70, it's a decent amount. Yeah. He's just looking to build units. The warp room is on its way. +2 attack is about to finish. And Naniwa is looking to trap Leenock as he's building drones, as he's looking to take away from these basic lings and roaches. Is this going to be when Naniwa equalizes the series?
Well, Leenock's going to go for some kind of weird counterattack, and there is that extremely strange single spine crawler made from yesteryear. A big warping in the middle of the map, so Naniwa's not going to have a lot in the way of a response. They immediately... I love this decision. He actually force fields them in to trap them. But what's really cool about this is he can blink forward and chase them down, and this is no hair off his back. He's getting the attack delayed, but what does Leenock do with that time? He just makes more roaches.
Yeah, and Naniwa is going to clean up all of these roaches. So, yes, he's delayed his attack, but he's also picked off a big chunk of roaches in return. And even more gateways are coming down. +3 attack is on its way. I don't think Naniwa's going to let go of this. There's still no really tech. There's no immortals. There's no robotics bay. There's no tempo archives. There's nothing. No. He's got pure stalkers, and he's going to go for it one more time. Yes, Leenock slowed him down, but Naniwa equal, if not a little bit higher in supply.
And I love the decision to recall back, by the way. I mean, looking at it now, it seems like the no-duck kind of moment, but down 0-1, facing elimination in a booth versus Leenock, sometimes you make that panic choice where you're like, well, crap, I'm already inside their natural, I got to commit to this. But Naniwa, I feel like he knows how far ahead he is, and he knows that one of the only ways he could lose this would be to lose this army or go into a weird base trade. There's no need for it. He's got a 4th base inside of those destructible rocks he can take if he wants, and he can apply a lot of pressure with these Blink Stalkers safely knowing he can go home.
Oh, another counterattack here by Leenock, pulling Naniwa back. There's 6 Swarm Hosts on the way, and Blink Stalker's pretty bad against those. He warps in defensively at home. Naniwa's going to go for it. There is an opportunity before these Swarm Hosts come out. If he's able to kill off maybe that 3rd base, there's a lot of Spine Crawls up here. Is he really going to go all the way up here? There's a lot of units. Now the Swarm Hosts do pop. Naniwa sees him. He's got a couple of force fields there. And where is he going to go? He's defending back at home at the same time. But the Swarm Hosts are going to push this back. Is Naniwa going to be able to break anything? What's he trying to do? The crowd behind Naniwa here. Looks like he's going to try and get this 3rd base. He should have enough energy to recall here, I'd imagine. He just used Time Warp. But he's going to pick up the 3rd and probably fall back to Colossus after that. Does he have enough for recall? Oh, no, he doesn't. The energy's very low. He's going to have to blink out onto the high ground here, I'd imagine. But Leenock's ready to try and trap these units.
Yeah, but he can't really trap him. He really needs those locusts, so actually this is going to kind of usher him in the direction of this other half-ass expansion. But it's a big deal for Leenock to lose that. He's now down to just the 2 bases, remaking his 3rd. Behind this, Naniwa is adding the 2nd Robo and what it takes to make Colossus, but we got a big Zealot warp in. Leenock's on top of it, though. And I don't think that's actually going to... Well, okay, here's what it did do. It won him positioning, and he's going to be able to clamp down on a lot of these Spine Crawlers here.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of damage here, Naniwa. He's already got 2 Colossus being made at the same time. He's getting himself ready to deal with these Swarm Hosts. He knows he can't fight them yet, which is why he's been able to pick off the 3rd, abuse the immobility of these Swarm Hosts, pick off that 4th base to the top right, and even get Zealots in the main. Now he's starting on his +2 armor. Remember, he does have +3 attack, and very shortly... we are going to see Naniwa just sit back, take that 4th, build up an army to get ready for these Swarm Hosts. And we're having a bit of flashbacks to his games against Life earlier. And Naniwa will use those games, to use that game what we saw on Yunsu as preparation to take this against Leenock.
Well, he played really well against Life in that series, but I'll tell you what, well, in that game specifically, but this game, I mean, he'll have a flashback, but I hope it's not a true flashback, because he's in a much, much better position. He's got solid 3 bases. He's got the proper tech coming out. Leenock is limping himself to a 3rd base with a mostly mined out main and natural. Like, things are very desperate for Leenock. And actually what gives me pause and gives me worry, this is a fantastic Swarm Host map. So if Leenock can stabilize off the back of 20-ish Swarm Hosts and just slow things down and calm it down, this big lead that Naniwa has right now will all be for naught, because Swarm Hosts, excuse me, have the ability to really elongate a game.
Well, Naniwa's got the Zealots on the 4th base here through that Warp Prism. Is he going to be able to stop that? Yes, he is, and picks up with 4 of them, keeping Leenock down. And that was one of the things that Life was excellent at.
Yeah.
He was able to take external bases to defend them. And so far, Naniwa is keeping the economy down for Leenock,
Yes.
which is to be able to afford to get up to the grid, despite which you saw Life do, to get up to Corruptors and Vipers and good upgrades. So far, Naniwa is on top of things, and the Warp Prism is going to be crucial. Naniwa's got his units up north. He sees that's not the 4th base right now. He's in a pretty good position.
Apollo, really, really good point. That's another one of the big differences in those 2 games was Life was able to afford the stack defenses to really shut down this Warp Prism harass and make it actually more of a drain on the Protoss than anything else. But here, Leenock just simply can't afford to make the Spine Crawlers and Spore Crawlers just yet.
Yeah.
He's relying on his Roach Army, but the longer that Roach Army exists, the harder it's going to be to trade that out cost effectively, which is kind of a weird thing to say, but for Leenock, that's the least of his concerns. That's his mobile stack defense for right now. What I'd like to see from Naniwa, though, is he's taking his 4th base, jump up and go grab a 5th. You know that Zerg's not coming out of their corner of the map. They're not going to attack. Apply that economic pressure and really scare him. Say, hey, if you want to sit over there, I'm going to take even another Nexus and probably afford 3 or 4 Stargates, and now what are you going to do with your money?
To add on to what you said there, I really think Zealot Charger could be a good upgrade at this point in the game. I think the Dark Shrine should be added in as well, just kind of up the level of harassment that Naniwa has with this Warp Prism. Well, he survives there.
There is the Stargate
been added on here, yeah. So it looks like he is starting to get up towards that Fleet Beacon. Tempest eventually expecting Broodlords here. But Naniwa is pushing forward. He knows that's the 4th base of the Zerg. And is he going to be able to take this fight well? He has a couple of High Templars with him. He does have Storm.
His army
is going to push
so
down.
gorgeous.
It's a great army. All the Locusts that are going to come down that ramp are going to get Storm. Naniwa finds the 4th base of Leenock once again, and he will stop the income of Leenock. He is going to lose the Mothership Core. That did have a Time War Banner recall, most importantly.
The recall is the big deal there. There's no great number of Fungals that's going to trap this army, which would be the huge scare. But even so, there's so much Protoss down there that I actually think the wave of Locusts, while annoying, are not really in danger of killing this Protoss army. So Naniwa gets a base. Ooh, I don't know about this, though. He's going to maybe tickle the idea. Sees the Infestor and says, no. I'm going to back away from that. There's enough Corruptors out here, by the way, too. And they're such hardy units that if it is a full-scale Locust, Roach, Corruptor fight, the Corruptors will kill those Colossus.
All right, well, the Warp Prism did get picked off there. Naniwa through the middle is going to clean up these spines. The 3rd base is pretty vulnerable at the moment because all the units are on the high ground protecting the 2nd, and we are going to have to see a couple of Storms to get rid of these Locusts. 5 or 6 Colossus, I can't even count it this time.
Swarm Hosts are
exposed. They're doing a lot of damage, and the Swarm Hosts, as you say, are exposed. A couple of Storms go down. Can he see them? He does have an observer.
He does have an observer.
His army. It is low health, but it is there. There are 2, actually.
He's way ahead. He's way, way ahead. And this time I feel like I'm not saying that while watching a guy, you know, not finish a game then later lose, which I have seen. I feel like he's doing the right thing. He's fighting back creep. He's preventing a 4th base, or at least making it a costly endeavor. Behind this, he is getting that Stargate tech started. There is that charge. Presumably with the shield being upgraded, he's achieved 3-3 on the ground army, or at least he knows he's going to switch to air. He's in an amazing position. I really feel like he's playing this correctly right now.
Yeah, he's absolutely strangling Leenock at this point. 10 Broodlords, though, are being morphed, but as mentioned, there's 2 Stargates and there is a Fleet Beacon, so there's plenty of time to go up to Tempest here, especially when Naniwa sees it on this side of the map. Broodlords aren't the fastest of units.
No.
And 3 Stalkers harassing that mineral line.
Not a big fan of that move, you know.
What, 12 Broodlords?
The Broodlords plus the Swarmers are obviously invincible for a straight-up fight. I mean, if Naniwa just, like, tried to blink in there for some stupid reason, he never would do that and try to fight it, he would lose. But I really like, in this situation, something like Vipers, and again, just really slowing it down and just trying to whittle away this army. But with the Broodlords like this, Naniwa's going to pull away and say, oh, okay, you went Broodlords. Better get my Tempest out. And
he's already got +1 attack for them as well, and the shields.
Yeah, and Leenock is, I mean, he's going to have to get Corruptors out. I don't know. You know, there's a reason why Leenock's sitting in that booth, and I'm over here talking about him, so.
Well, Leenock is going to start to make this push forward. He knows that Naniwa's seen it, so he knows that the reaction is happening. It's going to be there. Naniwa's not just going to say, oh, Broodlords, can't stop them. Yeah. No, he's going to be building those Tempests, getting ready. +2 attackers on the way. And Naniwa's going to be building a couple of them to start one-shotting them. And Leenock, he has to go over there, otherwise eventually he's just going to get outbeaten anyway.
Yeah, Naniwa's okay to slow this down. He's okay fighting back these waves of free units, and I don't really feel like there's a situation where Leenock could really mess up. He's got the roaches underneath those Broodlords. He's got queens with it. Locust coming out, and they're sticking pretty close to the pack. But by fighting back these waves, he's not letting him just pick up, go, and plant right in a critical spot. And it's going to mean that he's going to have a good 6 or 7 Tempests out on the map. And what that means, too, is that without fantastic anti-air like Vipers and Corruptors, the Tempest could actually just kind of right-click through the Broodlords and pick them all off.
And that's probably what we're going to see here. As Naniwa is coming down to the bottom left-hand side to take the fight here. Couple of Tempests ready to go. Naniwa looking for this fight. Remember, Naniwa's key strength is his ability to control the entire of the army, all the abilities to move his units back and forth.
Oh my god.
There is not a lot to deal with these Tempests. Oh, the High Templar. As I say, Naniwa's controls his best. He loses his High Templar. But the Broodlords are starting to be targeted down. They're going to drop fast. There's only a couple of Corruptors here. There's Stalkers underneath them. So they're going to protect the Tempest all day long. There are a couple of Infestors there. Naniwa blinks forward, does get caught.
That blink is going to cost him a lot of Stalkers. I feel like because he just got done killing the Corruptors, the real pain in losing those Stalkers is not going to be felt. The Tempest waddle forward, and with only a couple of Fungals, they're left to just gun down these Broodlords. It looks like Leenock's reserved himself to doing what damage he can. Naniwa is wisely backed away, now blinking forward. That's it. We're all tied up. News.
I don't know what you just said.
What's that guy's name? Gary Busey. I feel like Gary Busey is what I was trying to say.
Polar Knights. Introduce these players.
All right.
Short turn. We take it in turns here. We share.
Starting off.
Don't mess up.
Don't mess it up. All right.
The best you can do. Let's go.
You're funny. Mom. Mommy. Mom. All right. 6 o'clock, having the match tied up. It is FOU Leenock. And his opponent, the King of the North, the final foreigner, it is Alliance Naniwa. As a mild attempt at diffusing some comments on Twitter, I am biased. I love StarCraft more than any other game.
Me too. Lots of support here for Naniwa, as you'd expect in Sweden, being the last non-Korean and of course being Swedish. And to be honest, we were both at BlizzCon, and BlizzCon crowd was pretty big, pretty noisy, but this crowd is pretty big as well for Naniwa. So thank you for your late night support here for Naniwa. It's been excellent all day.
It's always a treat. I mean, it's I always feel a little bit silly talking about this because there is, 50,000+ people on the stream. They're like, don't talk about the audience. I don't understand. But big tip of the hat to Sweden. It's always awesome to come out to do an event here. They make it feel like a sporting event. They support the favorites, but they cheer for everyone. It's really, really cool. Makes it feel awesome.
Gonna need you guys tomorrow.
We're gonna need you guys a lot tomorrow.
Yeah, a lot tomorrow.
Nathanius and Apollo are absolutely gonna lose their voices.
Yep, I'm already almost there.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna need some help.
Just a lot of applauding is what's gonna have to happen.
That really gets my voice back.
Yeah. Hey, look, we're back to that super greedy build.
Yeah, I mean, Naniwa's gone for this greedy build, and luckily for him, Leenock's likewise gone for a similar build. Hatchery first, into Extractor and Spawn and Pull. Naniwa is known for going for crazy builds in the last map, so Leenock's build is a little bit risky himself here. Like Naniwa's build is risky, we saw what happened in game number 1. But there is no, for once, a build order advantage from one of these two players. They've opened up, similar. No one's just gone ahead and won the game straight away.
Isn't that nice? That
is nice. So we actually may get a decent game here, and I'm sure that's exactly what Naniwa wants as well.
We'll see if Leenock does the same build. It is this fast gas, and he should get speed with it, but he still dropped the third hatch, albeit a little bit delayed. But that third hatch lets us know that he's not going to do anything super bonkers. You know, no quick Nidus or, I don't know, the various all-ins that you can get off that fast gas. And he has stopped mining the gas for now, as the probe does leave with that speed started. Let's see if he hops back on there. He still has one drone on that gas. But that's fairly standard, just to kind of trickle in the gas to give him options.
So the last time that Naniwa was able to pull off a successful, opening that he likes to do here, it was against Life, it was on Derelict Watcher, and he decided to follow it up with a big attack, the Immortal Push, which didn't work, and it got slammed down. And a lot of people, I read it, I spoke to a lot of people too, and they said, well, do you think Naniwa, did he really need to do that? Could he have just played a normal game and taken it longer? And that's a question I'm going to ask again here. Do you think he needs to do something wacky? He's throwing down the Twilight Council here, and I can only imagine it's for Dark Templar with the probe hidden towards the back. And this Overlord...
What a killjoy. If this probe does not get spotted...
Oh, he's turning
here,
right? He's turning...
Oh my god!
No, he's not.
Is he just past? Oh, he just saw it, but maybe not. We can't tell. All right, I don't think he did. There's nothing coming over there. Wait, is he just going to throw the probe away anyways? Ah, damn it.
Oh, now he has. Okay.
Well,
so anyway, back to this Twilight Council.
To answer your question, well, it's going to be DT. But you had asked, does he need to do something crazy? The answer is no. He doesn't need to. But I feel like it should be encouraged to not practice second-guessing these guys. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to take a risk because you have to in this best of 3.
There is no Overlord around the main base here.
Oh my god, there
is no Overlord around the main base. The only Overlord is on the natural. It's the only one that can get the information necessary unless Naniwa lets the front gate open.
That's like a homeward bound kind of journey, man.
A spore crawler is being made, though. The layer has started. And I'd imagine that spore crawler is probably around the main base.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's in the main base here.
In the main base.
That third on the left-hand side, I guess, is a big destination. If Naniwa's able to stop that and... Well, we'll have to see where is he going to send these. We don't really know.
His timing on this is a little bit strange. There's only the one gateway. Yeah, there's only one gateway. So I feel like this is... he's not going to lean on this too heavily. I mean, he can't. He's literally about to warp in a single DT, and I hope this is by design. And then what he's going to do is take a fast third. That's what he plans on doing. But I'm a little bit sad. I wish there were 3 gateways. 2 or 3 DTs here would be really nice. Double Stargate.
So he's going 1 DT, see what he can do. Into double Stargate here.
This build, by the way.
Yeah,
this freaking build.
This is something, isn't it?
Sometimes when a guy gets lucky, we say, go buy a lottery ticket. But when they're this greedy, it makes me want to just sue him and call him up. He's cheating somewhere.
And the forge has been
the
thrown
taxes. It's something's going on. This is dirty crap, man.
Got to win one way or the other.
He's showing up to his burger job driving a Ferrari, and they're like, "How'd you afford that?" And he goes, "I don't know."
That EG money.
That Alliance money.
That Alliance money. Dark Templar.
Money.
Yeah, that EG money. He's in the main. He's going to get spotted. Not a big investment. One drone goes down, but more importantly, these Dark Templars aren't really there to be super aggressive. They're also there to be kind of defensive as well because they're going to be helping this third base. Double Void Ray has started. There's quite a way away until Naniwa's comfortable. Remember, the comfortable mark is, 4 is okay, 6 is better, more is glorious, but the units are already being made.
This is a big deal. If he doesn't spot, okay, he's actually got it queued up that he should spot these Stargates. And he does see them. So that's really important. If Leenock does not see those Stargates and all of a sudden there's 6 Void Rays, he's in a lot of trouble. But as it is now, instantly the Hydros Den goes down. And again, that's built into his build. He's got a lot of Lings out here, and they're going to harass this Nexus. They shouldn't get it. No way in hell. Well, actually, with the Roaches, he probably could.
Well, they're not in hell right now.
They will be in a second. This should be a dead third.
This may fall down. A couple of DTs, well, 1 DT and a Zealot. Is he going to be able to get it? Roach is there as well. It looks like it is going to go down.
Yeah.
Naniwa is going to lose his 3rd Nexus here, and that is quite a big loss for the Swedish
You know what, though?
players.
That's a pretty expensive Nexus snipe, to be honest with you. There's a lot of Lings. It was only like 7 or 8 Roaches, so not a huge thrust of Roaches. But... I mean, he's been spotted with his tech. It's already going to be Hydra Ling. Leenock's not going to make the mistake of mixing in too many Roaches, I feel.
And he's not going to make the mistake of sitting back either. That's not a 4th base that was thrown down. That was actually a macro hatch. He's not really looking to build up his economy further. He's looking to increase his army further. He's got 3 Queens on the way, as well as all the Hydralists. He knows what he's playing against. He knows he's slowed Naniwa down. And very simply, he is building an army, even slowing down the Stargates with the Overseer and Contaminate. He's building up an army to go to that third base before Naniwa's ready to kill him. Naniwa needs a lot. He needs to pray on a lot here to hope this doesn't work.
He does have charge queued up here quite nicely. And again, each time I've seen Naniwa do this, it's about this stage where I look at it and I'm like, wow, he's just dead. There's no way. But he's come out with these insane defenses. He gets this style. There's a reason why he does it quite often.
Well, he's at 5 Void Rays, about to be 7. Zealot Charge is now finished as well, which is a great upgrade for this style. Is it going to work? Is he going to look at the creep spread? I guess that's one thing we can look at and say, that's not really helping out Leenock in this regard. He's not going to be able to reinforce as fast. The Queens are going to have a long way to walk, which means Naniwa's going to have more time.
Oh, he canceled the hatch.
Shields on the way.
He canceled the hatch.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Says
his lava injection so good.
Wants more money, I guess. Supply-wise, it's only a 30 supply advantage for the Zerg, and I do mean that. In terms of only, that's not that big of a gap, and he is going to walk out these Queens. They do have a bit of a journey, so Naniwa's got some time.
Yes, he does. He's got a bit of time here. His Void Ray count's increasing. It's now at 7, and there are 2 more on the way. Hallucinate Phoenix sees the attack. He knows it's now coming. Naniwa must prepare. The Photon Overcharge will absolutely need to come down easy to warp in all his units. He's stopped probe production. It is now or never for the Swedish player. Is he going to be able to hold on? Because if he does, the counterattack's probably not going to be stopped. So it is all or nothing here for Leenock coming in. One big charge. Who's going to take this? Who's moving on? And who is going home?
So much tension here. He's going to go for the Nexus, focusing down with the Zerglings.
Naniwa
swings around the left side. The Queens have been isolated. Good force fields do go down to space. This front row is going to get absolutely annihilated. The Photon Overcharge. It's going to buy him a little bit of time. It functions as a planetary fortress right now. Great spacing by Nano. He's microing back. The Void Rays. He's lost most of the ground army, however.
He's got his sentries, though. He needs another round of Zealots, and when they charge in, he'll be able to go again. The Void Rays get back into action.
Beautiful force field.
Shield's kind of far away. The force fields are great. Naniwa, look at the supply difference. It is kind of close at this moment. The Queens are going to die soon, but the Void Rays remain alive. He's microing them well, and look at this eventually, but surely the Zerg army is dying, and Naniwa pushes back the attack, and this means one thing: he keeps his third alive. Leenock is struggling now. Naniwa's taken a supply lead, and Naniwa, look at that, we can see on his face, I'm pretty sure he's happy about that. He stays alive, the Void Rays are alive more importantly, and the game continues on. Naniwa takes an advantage in this game. Advantage
Naniwa, you said it correctly, my friend. Those Queens were an expensive little outlet there. We're actually going to have the Lagger leave the game. A counterattack over here, but those are Hydras. I'm not sure why. Gosh, he's got to be so careful about this Leenock. He's going to commit to, he's running up here. I really don't like this. Every one of these Hydralists is so critical to fighting against these Void Rays.
You can just warp in a couple of Zealots and say, all right, boys, go get him. And they are getting warped in. These Hydras are going straight for the probes, though. And they are going to maybe pick up the Void Ray at the back here, but they are going to get picked off rather fast. The DT is warped in. Naniwa is in a couple of areas. And as long as he stays composed, doesn't make too many mistakes. He is down in probes, by the way.
He's losing probes in the background, but he is up and now actually equal in supply. This fourth base of Leenock.
What's the Hydra count?
Is so precarious.
It's only 10 Hydralists right now. 12 are about to pop out, but there are 11 Void Rays. Backed up with a DT, 9 Zealots, a very strong army, and Naniwa moves forward. The Mothership Core's been left behind here. Probably wants that with his army just in case. And Leenock's trying to pull out all the stops. Another counterattack. But Leenock, I'd imagine Naniwa, sorry, pick off the 4th base, recall back. Yeah, that's it. Pick off the 4th base, recall back, go defend, and then come back once again.
Yeah, he's going to get that base. He's got a couple options afforded to him. I feel like he's actually not going to recall back. There's no detection here. Now there is. Okay, the 2 Overseers do pull over. This army's been thinned out, though, and Naniwa's rolling. There's Overlords here as well. He's going to cut into that supply. Beautiful force field stops the retreating drones. Leenock is plummeting in supply. Your Swede is about to advance. I can feel it.
That's it. He's defending at home. Naniwa's taking a 20-30 supply lead. He's pushing to the main base. There is not much left, and Naniwa is very close to knocking out Leenock from getting the revenge from DreamHack Stockholm. Few units are remaining, and in comes the last amount of Hydralists. Naniwa's going in. The force fields keep the Hydras back. Where are the rest of the units here for Leenock? The Void Rays live strong. Down falls the main hatchery, and now the engagement into the Hydralists remain.
Main base is down.
The main base is down, and down fall the units as well. Naniwa defending in his natural, defending in his third. The supply is once again majorly in favor of the Swedish player. 30, 35 supply lead. The main base is gone. All the infrastructure over there is gone as well. Leenock does have a last few set of units on this left-hand side. Down on the natural, he is going to take a fight.
It's going to be the final battle. There's the concave that if Leenock was ever going to make a stand, it's right now. He's got a good number of Hydras there, but there's still 11 Void Rays, and these force fields are just spacing out those Hydras so beautifully. There it is. These Void Rays have powered up.
Look at the supply in control. It's double in favor of Naniwa, and he marches forward, and this looks like it is going to be the end of Leenock. The Void Rays left alone. GG! Naniwa knocked